Imagine you're sitting at your desk trying to focus on the tasks ahead of you. You've got a lot on your plate, deadlines creeping in, and the pressure to perform weighing heavily on your shoulders. As you sit there, you start to feel a sense of unease creeping in. Your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes more shallow, and your muscles tense up. You feel like you're losing control, as if the weight of the world is bearing down on you. But what if I told you that there's a simple switch inside your body, a master switch, that could help you regain control in these moments? This switch is the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is often referred to as the wandering nerve because it is the longest cranial nerve in the body, extending from the brainstem all the way down to the abdomen. It plays a crucial role in regulating many of the body's essential functions, such as heart rate, digestion, and even your ability to relax. The vagus nerve is the key player in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for bringing the body back to a state of calm after it has been activated by stress. The vagus nerve acts as a mediator between the brain and various organs in the body, helping to manage both the body's stress response and its recovery from stress. To understand its impact, let's first consider how our body reacts to stress. When we are faced with a threat or a stressful situation, our body's fight or flight system kicks in. This is part of the sympathetic nervous system, and it prepares us for action. Our heart rate increases, our breathing speeds up, and we become alert to what's happening around us. This response is designed to help us survive in moments of danger. But here's the thing: we don't live in a constant state of emergency. In fact, if we remain in this heightened state for too long, it begins to take a toll on our bodies. Chronic stress can lead to a myriad of health problems, including heart disease, digestive issues, anxiety, and depression. This is where the vagus nerve comes in. It has the unique ability to counterbalance the effects of stress by engaging the parasympathetic nervous system. When activated, the vagus nerve acts like a brake on the body's stress response, helping us return to a state of calm and relaxation. It's like having an internal off switch for the fight or flight system.
Think about the last time you were under stress. You may have felt your heart racing, your muscles tense, and your mind overwhelmed with worry. But what if you had the ability to push a button in your body, triggering a sense of calm and peace in the midst of that storm?
This is the power of vagus nerve toning. By actively stimulating the vagus nerve, we can tap into this calming effect, bringing balance and relaxation to our mind and body. But how exactly do we activate this nerve and harness its potential? The process of vagus nerve toning involves simple, accessible practices that can be incorporated into your daily life. You don't need to be a scientist to understand how to engage your vagus nerve. You just need to be willing to try. And the best part? These practices are all science-backed, meaning they've been tested and proven to help reduce stress, improve mental health, and enhance overall well-being. One of the simplest ways to stimulate the vagus nerve is through controlled deep breathing. When you take slow, deep breaths, you send signals to your brain that it's time to relax. This breathing technique, known as diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, is one of the most effective ways to activate the vagus nerve. When you inhale deeply, allowing your belly to expand, you are literally triggering the vagus nerve to reduce your heart rate and promote relaxation. The act of exhaling slowly also helps to further engage the parasympathetic nervous system, helping to calm the mind and body. Imagine for a moment you're sitting in a meeting, feeling the pressure build up as the conversation gets tense. Instead of letting the stress consume you, you take a moment to breathe deeply, inhaling through your nose for a count of 4, holding it for a moment, and then slowly exhaling for a count of 4. As you breathe, you begin to feel your body relax. Your heart rate slows down, your mind clears, and you start to regain control over your emotions. This simple act of deep breathing is actually stimulating your vagus nerve, bringing you back into a state of balance, in addition to breathing exercises. Another effective way to tone the vagus nerve is through singing or chanting. The vibrations created in your throat when you sing or hum help activate the vagus nerve, promoting a sense of calm. You probably experience this without even realizing it. When you sing your favorite song, especially in moments of stress, you might feel a sense of release or relief. This is the vagus nerve at work, helping you relax and reset your nervous system. The power of sound, both in terms of how we speak and how we sing, has a profound effect on our well-being. Just think of the soothing qualities of a lullaby or a comforting song. You're not just enjoying the melody, you're actually calming your nervous system. Cold exposure is another practice that has been shown to stimulate the vagus nerve. It may sound uncomfortable at first, but cold exposure has been used for centuries to activate the body's relaxation response. One simple way to experience this is by splashing your face with cold water. This action sends a signal to your brain that helps activate the vagus nerve, promoting relaxation and reducing stress. You may have heard of athletes using ice baths after intense workouts to speed up recovery. Well, this process works by stimulating the vagus nerve, which helps to lower inflammation and improve recovery time. Cold exposure doesn't have to be extreme, just a splash of cold water on your face can make a difference. The vagus nerve also plays a key role in regulating heart rate variability, HRV, a key indicator of stress resilience. HRV refers to the variation in time between each heartbeat, and higher HRV is associated with a more resilient and adaptable nervous system. People with higher HRV are better able to handle stress, recover more quickly, and maintain balance in the face of challenges. When the vagus nerve is activated, it improves HRV, helping you build resilience against stress and enhancing your ability to stay calm under pressure. This is one of the reasons why vagus nerve toning is such a powerful tool in stress management. It doesn't just reduce stress in the moment, it helps you build long-term resilience to life's challenges. What's truly remarkable about the vagus nerve is that it's not just a physical pathway in the body, it's a bridge between the mind and the body. It allows us to consciously influence our stress response, bringing our physical and emotional well-being into alignment. It's as if the vagus nerve is a reminder that we are not just passive participants in our bodies, but active agents capable of influencing our own health and well-being. In a world where stress seems to be an inevitable part of life, the vagus nerve offers us a powerful tool for managing that stress and creating balance in our lives. By understanding how this master switch works and how we can activate it through simple, science-backed practices, we can take control of our stress responses and build a foundation of resilience that will serve us well in the face of life's challenges. It's time to embrace the power of the vagus nerve, the tool that's always within us, waiting to be activated. It's time to tone the vagus nerve and make stress management a natural, effortless part of our lives. If the vagus nerve is the master switch for stress, then understanding how it works will help you use this tool to your advantage. The vagus nerve is not just a physical structure in the body. It's a powerful communicator between the brain and various organs, playing a critical role in how we respond to the world around us. At its core, the vagus nerve is part of the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch of the autonomic nervous system responsible for rest and recovery. It is the counterbalance to the sympathetic nervous system, which is activated during times of stress, triggering the body's fight-or-flight response. When we face a stressful situation, our sympathetic nervous system kicks in, pumping adrenaline into our system, speeding up our heart rate, and preparing us to take action. This response is essential for survival in moments of danger, but it's not meant to last indefinitely. This is where the vagus nerve comes in. Its primary job is to calm the body after the stress response has been triggered. It's like the gentle hand that brings us back from the edge. It slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and promotes digestion and relaxation. Without the vagus nerve, we would stay in a constant state of heightened alertness, unable to recover from the stress we experience. This inability to relax or reset our systems is what leads to the physical and mental tolls of chronic stress. So in a sense, the vagus nerve is your body's built-in recovery system. But how does the vagus nerve work in practice? It is essentially a communication highway, carrying information from the brain to various organs, including the heart, lungs, and digestive system. When the brain perceives a threat, it activates the sympathetic nervous system. Once the threat has passed, the vagus nerve signals to the brain that it's time to relax, restoring balance to the body. This is why the vagus nerve is sometimes referred to as the rest and digest nerve. It encourages calmness, allowing us to process food properly, manage our emotions, and generally feel at ease. Let's take a moment to visualize how this process unfolds. Imagine you're walking down a dark alley and you hear footsteps behind you. Immediately, your sympathetic nervous system takes over. Your heart races, your breath becomes shallow, and your muscles tighten. This is the fight-or-flight response in action. But once you realize the footsteps are just someone walking home from work, your body needs to recover from that heightened state. Here's where the vagus nerve steps in by slowing your heart rate, regulating your breathing, and helping you relax. It helps bring your body back to its baseline where you can feel calm and composed again. Now, what if you could activate this recovery response intentionally? Whenever you feel stressed or anxious, what if you could turn on the vagus nerve as easily as flipping a switch? This is where the practice of vagus nerve toning becomes so important. By engaging in specific activities that stimulate the vagus nerve, we can tap into our body's natural ability to recover from stress, enhancing our resilience and emotional balance. Let's explore one of the most fascinating aspects of vagus nerve toning, its impact on heart rate variability, HRV. HRV refers to the variation in the time interval between heartbeats. It's a key indicator of your body's ability to handle stress and recover from it. Higher HRV is associated with better emotional regulation, greater stress resilience, and improved overall health. The vagus nerve plays a central role in regulating HRV, and studies have shown that people with stronger vagal tone, meaning their vagus nerve is more active, tend to have higher HRV, indicating a greater capacity for relaxation and recovery. When the vagus nerve is toned, it has a direct impact on HRV. Essentially, the vagus nerve helps the heart adjust to stress more efficiently, creating a greater degree of flexibility in how the heart responds to various challenges. In practical terms, this means that individuals with higher vagal tone are better equipped to handle stressful situations with a calm, balanced response. The beauty of vagus nerve toning is that you don't have to be born with this ability. You can actually train your vagus nerve to be stronger and more responsive over time, improving your heart rate variability and your ability to manage stress. In addition to HRV, another way the vagus nerve impacts our health is through its influence on inflammation. Chronic inflammation has been linked to a variety of health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, and autoimmune conditions. The vagus nerve has an anti-inflammatory effect on the body, helping to keep inflammation in check. This is another reason why vagus nerve toning can have such profound effects on our overall well-being. By engaging in practices that stimulate the vagus nerve, we can lower inflammation, reduce the risk of chronic disease, and improve our physical health. But how exactly do we tone the vagus nerve? The good news is that you don't need any fancy equipment or special training to start engaging this powerful nerve. The methods for vagus nerve toning are simple, accessible, and scientifically backed. Whether it's through deep breathing, cold exposure, or sound therapy, these practices are easy to incorporate into your daily life. And the best part, they don't require a lot of time or effort to produce results. One of the most effective and accessible methods for toning the vagus nerve is through deep, slow breathing. This technique, known as diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, encourages full, deep breaths that engage the diaphragm and stimulate the vagus nerve. When you inhale deeply, you trigger a relaxation response in the body, slowing the heart rate and calming the mind. It's a simple but powerful tool that anyone can use to combat stress and anxiety. Another effective practice for vagus nerve toning is singing or chanting. When we sing or chant, the vibrations in our throat and chest stimulate the vagus nerve, helping to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This is why singing or chanting has been used for centuries as a form of relaxation and stress relief. Whether it's chanting in a yoga class or belting out your favorite song in the car, the act of producing sound can have a profound effect on your emotional state, soothing the nervous system and bringing you back to a place of calm. Cold exposure is another powerful tool for activating the vagus nerve. This might sound uncomfortable at first, but even a quick splash of cold water on the face can trigger a relaxation response in the body. Cold exposure has been shown to activate the vagus nerve, helping to reduce stress, improve mood, and boost energy levels. You don't need to take a cold shower or ice bath to experience the benefits. Just a few seconds of cold water on your face can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. As you can see, vagus nerve toning doesn't require complex or expensive methods. It's all about engaging simple, everyday practices that help you take control of your stress response. By incorporating these practices into your routine, you'll be able to access your body's natural ability to recover from stress and build resilience over time. But vagus nerve toning is not just about reducing stress in the moment. It's about creating lasting changes in your body that support long-term well-being. As you consistently engage in these practices, you'll find that your stress tolerance improves, that your mood becomes more balanced, and your overall health flourishes. In many ways, vagus nerve toning is an investment in yourself, an investment that pays dividends in terms of better health, greater resilience, and a more peaceful, balanced life. The beauty of vagus nerve toning lies in its simplicity. It's something we can all do at any time to help us manage stress, improve our health, and live more fully. And as you begin to experience the benefits of these practices, you'll realize that the power to change your stress response in your life is right at your fingertips. Now that we have an understanding of how the vagus nerve works and the science behind its effects on stress and overall well-being, let's explore how we can incorporate vagus nerve toning practices into our daily lives. It's not enough just to know how the vagus nerve impacts our health. We need to make these practices part of our routine so we can begin reaping the benefits on a consistent basis. The beauty of vagus nerve toning is its simplicity and accessibility. These practices are not only backed by science, but they are easy to implement. You don't need expensive equipment or extensive training. What's more, you don't have to dedicate hours every day to feel the positive effects. Small intentional actions throughout the day can make a huge difference in how you feel. So, let's talk about some practical and effective ways you can tone your vagus nerve and manage stress in a way that fits seamlessly into your lifestyle. Breathing exercises are among the most effective and accessible ways to tone the vagus nerve. The key is to slow down your breath and focus on deep, controlled inhalations and exhalations. Deep breathing triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, activating the vagus nerve and promoting relaxation. One of the best methods to practice is diaphragmatic breathing. This form of breathing involves inhaling deeply through your nose, allowing your belly to expand rather than your chest, and exhaling slowly through your mouth. The goal is to breathe in a way that fully engages your diaphragm, which helps stimulate the vagus nerve and brings you into a more relaxed state. You can practice diaphragmatic breathing anywhere, at your desk, in the car, or even while lying in bed. It's as simple as sitting quietly, placing one hand on your belly, and breathing in deeply through your nose, watching your hand rise as your belly expands. Exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing your body to relax further with each breath. This practice not only stimulates the vagus nerve, but also helps to calm the mind, reduce anxiety, and bring clarity to your thoughts. In fact, it only takes a few minutes of this deep breathing exercise to feel the calming effects. Try setting aside a few moments during your day to focus on your breath, especially during stressful times. Whether it's before a meeting or when you're feeling overwhelmed, taking just a minute to practice diaphragmatic breathing can be a powerful tool for regaining control over your stress response. Another delightful and simple way to tone the vagus nerve is through sound. Singing, chanting, and even humming are incredibly effective at stimulating the vagus nerve. The vibrations in your vocal cords, combined with the deep breaths you take when you sing, create a direct connection with the vagus nerve. Think about a time when you were feeling down, and a song came on the radio that lifted your spirits. Maybe you started humming along or even belting out the lyrics. Did you notice how your mood seemed to shift as you sang? That's the power of sound therapy for the vagus nerve. Singing releases endorphins, which are the body's natural feel-good chemicals. And the rhythmic act of singing or chanting helps promote a calming effect on your nervous system. This is why many ancient traditions and modern spiritual practices use chanting as a way to reduce stress and create a sense of inner peace. The deep, resonant vibrations from chanting or singing engage the vagus nerve, triggering relaxation and reducing anxiety. Whether you're singing in the shower, chanting a mantra, or simply humming a tune, you're actively engaging your body's natural relaxation system. If you've ever sung along to your favorite song in the car and felt a sense of release, then you've already experienced the vagus nerve's power in action. Next time you're feeling stressed, try singing or humming to yourself for a few minutes. Whether you're in the car, at home, or in the office, this simple practice can help shift your body out of a state of tension and into a state of calm. Cold exposure is another effective method for toning the vagus nerve, and it may sound a bit unconventional, but it has been used for centuries in various cultures as a way to build resilience, improve circulation, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The vagus nerve is deeply responsive to cold, and studies have shown that even a brief exposure to cold can stimulate the vagus nerve, bringing immediate relaxation and stress relief. One of the easiest ways to incorporate cold exposure into your daily routine is by splashing cold water on your face. This simple act sends a shock of cold to the skin, triggering the vagus nerve and stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. You can also try taking a cold shower or applying a cold compress to the back of your neck. While these methods might feel intense at first, they help to reset your nervous system, reduce inflammation, and improve your body's ability to handle stress. The best part is that cold exposure doesn't have to be extreme. A quick splash of cold water on your face or a brief dip in a cold pool is all it takes to experience the calming effects of vagus nerve stimulation. Over time, incorporating cold exposure into your routine can help reduce the overall stress load on your body, improve your mood, and enhance your resilience to stress. Yoga and meditation are powerful practices that not only promote physical flexibility, but also help to activate the vagus nerve and balance the nervous system. The deep breathing techniques and mindful movements involved in yoga help stimulate the vagus nerve, promoting relaxation, reducing anxiety, and improving overall health. Many yoga poses, especially those that involve deep breathing and gentle stretching, are excellent for toning the vagus nerve. Poses such as child's pose, downward facing dog, and savasana help to open up the chest, relax the body, and stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. The calming nature of yoga, paired with focused breathing, encourages the vagus nerve to kick in, helping you feel more centered and at ease. Meditation, too, is an incredibly effective way to engage the vagus nerve. By focusing your mind and practicing deep breathing during meditation, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system and send signals to your body to relax. Even just a few minutes of meditation a day can have a profound impact on your ability to manage stress, calm your mind, and find a sense of inner peace. Laughter is one of the simplest and most natural ways to stimulate the vagus nerve. When we laugh, we not only release endorphins, but we also activate the vagus nerve through the vibrations in our throat and diaphragm. This results in a sense of relaxation and well-being. Whether you're laughing at a funny joke, watching a comedy show, or simply enjoying a light-hearted conversation with friends, laughter is a natural stress buster. In fact, laughter is sometimes referred to as internal jogging because it gets the body moving, helps relieve tension, boosts mood. In addition to laughter, social connection plays a key role in vagus nerve toning. Positive social interactions help reduce stress, improve mood, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Spending time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful conversations, and sharing experiences with friends and family can all help activate the vagus nerve and promote relaxation. The power of laughter and social connection cannot be overstated. So the next time you feel stressed, try to engage in something that brings you joy, whether it's watching a funny video, sharing a laugh with a friend, or simply enjoying the company of loved ones. These small moments of joy will not only bring you happiness, but will also activate your vagus nerve, helping to reduce stress and promote overall well-being. Imagine waking up in the morning ready to face the challenges of the day, and instead of feeling weighed down by stress, you feel centered and calm. You have the ability to face the day with a sense of clarity, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you have the tools to handle it. This is the power of a well-toned vagus nerve. By incorporating simple practices like deep breathing, singing, cold exposure, yoga, and laughter into your daily life, you can cultivate a sense of calm that becomes your natural state of being. But what's even more remarkable about the vagus nerve is its connection to our emotional health. It's easy to think of stress as something that only affects the body, but in reality, stress affects both our mind and body in a deeply interconnected way. When we're stressed, our emotional state can become chaotic, affecting our thoughts, relationships, and decision-making. But by actively toning the vagus nerve, we can create a more balanced emotional state, which in turn helps us better manage life's ups and downs. This mind-body connection is something we often take for granted. We know that when we're stressed, our body responds with physical symptoms like a racing heart or shallow breath. But what we may not realize is that our emotional state is equally powerful. When we feel overwhelmed or anxious, our body reacts accordingly, and it can feel like we're trapped in a cycle of stress. However, the vagus nerve offers us a way out of this cycle, a way to break free from the stress loop and create emotional equilibrium. The vagus nerve not only helps us relax when we're stressed, but also fosters emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to face challenges with strength and grace. And this is where vagus nerve toning becomes a game changer. People with a well-toned vagus nerve have been shown to have better emotional regulation, making it easier for them to handle difficult emotions and stressors. When we engage in vagus nerve toning practices, we are building emotional strength that supports us in navigating life's challenges with greater ease. To truly understand the long-term benefits of vagus nerve toning, let's consider the impact on our mental health. Research has shown that a stronger vagal tone is associated with lower levels of anxiety, depression, and even PTSD. This is because the vagus nerve helps regulate the nervous system's stress response, making it easier for us to cope with negative emotions and traumatic experiences. It's as if the vagus nerve acts as a protective shield, allowing us to weather life's storms with more resilience and less emotional wear and tear. But here's the thing, building emotional resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, one that requires patience, consistency, and practice. Just as we can build physical strength through exercise, we can also build emotional strength through the consistent practice of vagus nerve toning techniques. Each time we engage in deep breathing, singing, or any other vagus nerve activating practice, we are strengthening our emotional resilience, making it easier to manage stress in the future. This is not just about short-term stress relief, it's about creating a lasting change in the way our body and mind respond to stress, emotions, and life's challenges. Over time, as we build our vagus nerve tone, we'll notice a greater sense of calm, an improved ability to handle stress, and a more balanced emotional state. This is the power of vagus nerve toning. It's a tool that supports us not only in moments of stress, but in our everyday lives as we navigate the complexities of being human. Let's take a moment to think about how our bodies function in times of stress. When stress hits, our body goes into survival mode. It's a natural response to danger. But in modern life, we don't always face physical threats like our ancestors did. Instead, we experience emotional and psychological stress, work pressure, relationship challenges, financial worries, all of which activate the same stress response in our bodies. While the fight or flight response was designed to help us survive, it isn't always helpful when we're dealing with the pressures of daily life. That's where the vagus nerve comes in. By toning the vagus nerve, we're essentially reprogramming our response to stress. We're training our body to move out of the fight or flight mode and into a state of rest and recovery. The more we practice vagus nerve toning techniques, the more easily we can activate the parasympathetic nervous system when stress arises, allowing us to calm ourselves more quickly and return to a balanced state. So as you go through your day, remember that you hold the power to shift your body and mind from a state of stress to one of calm. You don't need to wait for the stress to pass or hope that things will magically improve. By practicing simple techniques like deep breathing, singing, and cold exposure, you can activate your vagus nerve and create a sense of peace in the moment. These practices don't require a lot of time, but they are incredibly effective in helping you regain control of your emotional state. And while these techniques are powerful on their own, it's also important to remember that vagus nerve toning is part of a larger lifestyle shift. Building emotional resilience and reducing stress requires a holistic approach that includes taking care of your physical health, practicing mindfulness and nurturing your emotional well-being. Incorporating vagus nerve toning into your daily routine is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a crucial one that can have a profound impact on your overall health. Think about the changes you might experience if you consistently practice vagus nerve toning. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of calm, knowing that no matter what challenges arise, you have the tools to handle them. You'll find that your reactions to stress become more measured, your emotions become more balanced, and your overall well-being improves. This is the power of vagus nerve toning. It gives you the ability to take control of your emotional state and ultimately your life. But the real magic of vagus nerve toning lies in its ability to create a deeper connection between the mind and the body. It's about listening to your body's signals, responding with love and care, and cultivating a sense of awareness that allows you to navigate the world with more ease. By engaging with your vagus nerve, you're not just reducing stress, you're nurturing yourself, building resilience, and creating a foundation for long-term emotional and physical health.